that's a good way to start the ball game. The Boomers have been very good in the first inning this year. They are in front for the second consecutive evening, scoring 3 times tonight, staking Derek Salata the early advantage. Gabe Holt will lead things off for the Gateway Grizzlies against the Schaumburg righty, as Salata's first pitch is a good breaker to start out the AB, strike 1. Who comes to the plate thinking first pitch breaking ball on the very first pitch of the ball game? Goodness. Gabe Holt, a lefty, 4th in the league at average at .359. Couple homers, 16 knocked in as he takes another breaking ball for strike 2. Derek Salata, 2-3 on the season with a 5.10 ERA as he toes the slab for the 7th time this season. Winds and the 0-2 to the plate. Off the end of the bat, dribble towards the right side, charging Fedko, going to have to get rid of it in a hurry. It is just in time to catch the speedy Holt for out number 1. Salata has thrown 30 innings on the season, during which he has surrendered 17 runs, all of those earned, but a bulk of those runs came in one start, his second appearance of the year against Joliet. He has surrendered 34 hits, opposition batting .286 against the right-hander from Westchester, Illinois. 13 walks, 23 strikeouts. 3-0 Schaumburg, 1 away. Victor Castillo, the batter, taking the first pitch, a called strike, 0-1. Castillo hits .311, 5 home runs, 26 driven in. That west wind continuing to howl across Arsenal BG Ballpark as the pitch runs inside and hits Castillo. So a base runner for Gateway with 1 down at the bottom of inning number 1. Michael Gould is in left for Schaumburg. Out in center, Andrew Soika. Banks Tolley manning right. Brent Spillane at the hot corner. Across the diamond from him, Kyle Fitzgerald at first. Up the middle, the shortstop, Alec Craig. Christian Fedko at second. Pitcher-catcher battery of Derek Salata on the hill and Satchel Norman behind the plate. Here's DJ Stewart stepping in with 1 away and taking the first pitch, a called strike, 0-1. Stewart hitting .305, 6 homers, 33 driven in. He ranks 3rd in the league with those 33 runs batted in. Good lead over there at first for Castillo. Salata holds and deals, and the breaking ball is bounded to short, charging on it Alec Craig. No play at second, so he will fire to first for the out. Castillo up to second, but with 2 away as the Boomers hold a 3-0 advantage. So a couple of ground ball outs for Salata, encouraging here to start. Fastball, cutter, curveball, sweeper, and a changeup for Salata. It's been his curveball, which he has gone to here early on tonight. Mark Schallenberger steps in with a runner at second and 2 gone. Salata's first pitch just beats the pitch clock, and the curveball falls in for a strike, 0-1. 299, 4 home runs, 19 driven in on the season for Schallenberger. Glad you're along from Arsenal BG Ballpark in the St. Louis area. We're officially in Sauget, Illinois, smallest city to host professional baseball across the country. The 0-1 is another curve swung on and missed. And it is 0-2. If you'd like to join the broadcast, we'll tell you how in just a few moments. The 0-2 pitch coming from Salata to Schallenberger. And it is outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 3 straight curves to Schallenberger. On Twitter, it's at TC Popcorn. Ryan saying, let's go Boomers, get a new win streak starting tonight. What's crazy is the Boomers really haven't had any long win streaks with the exception of 1 this year. The 1-2. Fastball is downstairs, even in the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lights are on here at Arsenal BG Ballpark, a hitter-friendly facility. There's 318 to left and 299 to right. Only about 325 to the right center field alley. 2-2 to the plate. Foul back. It is Irish nights here at Arsenal BG Ballpark, so the Gateway Grizzlies are in special green jerseys. Go figure, they're in the green and the Boomers are in the orange. It looks like we've got an Irish baseball game going on, although it would be cricket probably in Ireland, right? Here's the 2-2. And a swing and a miss, strike three on the curveball. Salata in command with the curve early on. He sits down, Schallenberger and Gateway. Grizzlies leave a runner at second. We go to the second. Schaumburg with a 3-0 edge. This is Schaumburg Boomers baseball. Abdiel Diaz leads off in the bottom of the second. Boomers with a 4-0 lead. That's exactly what the score was yesterday when Gateway managed to plate 9 runs and lead the rest of the way. First pitch to Diaz is a breaking ball for ball number 1 up in the zone. Diaz was 2 for 2 in his Gateway debut as he takes inside and low. 2 balls, no strikes. If you'd like to join the broadcast, as I mentioned, you can do so. We'll have plenty of fun. 2-0 the count as the exhale from Salata and the pitch to the plate yanked up the first baseline foul. 2-1. Derek Salata pitched really well against Gateway earlier this year. That was on May 24th at Wintrust Field. He threw 6 shutout innings in a 4-1 win. That was his first win and his first start off of the injured list as Diaz lifts the 2-1 into the air to left center field. That ball's carrying and it'll bounce up against the wall. Extra bases for Diaz as he slides into second safety with a double. And that is his 3rd hit for the Gateway Grizzlies in his return to Gateway. Last time out for Salata, June 12th at Washington. Allowed 3 runs and a 12-1 defeat over 6 innings, so a quality start for him. Couple of walks and 4 strikeouts. Salata making start number 3 in a row on the road. 4-0 Boomers. Dale Thomas, the batter, takes the first pitch away, 1-0. Salata looking back to second base. And the 1-0 falls in for a called strike. The 1-1 is lashed foul into the right field corner. Dale Thomas hitting .281, 5 homers, 20 driven in. Salata looking back to second base and the 1-2 to the plate. Outside, Satchel Norman tried to frame it, but no flinch from Jordan Alfonso, the home plate umpire. The 2-2 to the plate. Thomas fouls it back. Abdiel Diaz stands at second. Wind continuing to howl out to left tonight. Boomers with a 4-0 lead. Salata's 2-2. Breaker stays up. The 3-2 pitch is fouled away to the right side. see, what do we have in store for you tonight? We will go with Are You Smarter Than a Broadcaster? We've got Colonel's Cards, and we'll do some Would You Rathers. Thomas proving to be a thorn in the side of Salata. 3-2 to the plate. Fouled away yet again. Now, Salata did have a relatively quick first inning, so his pitch count still low, despite the fact that Thomas is proving to annoy him. Salata reached behind the mound to pick up the rosin bag and tossed it to the ground. We're shifting a bit the other way against Thomas. Here comes the 3-2 to the plate, and it is tapped foul yet again. Boomers are perched in the third base dugout here at Arsenal BG Ballpark. Gateway on the first base side of things. Again, the sun dips behind the clouds as Diaz takes off. The curveball is up high. Diaz will steal third, and there are runners at the corners for Gateway. As Gateway's all-time leader in stolen bases swipes his second in as many nights. So a walk and a hit batter from Derek Salata. Runners at the corners with nobody out. Boomers need to be careful. Remember, it was in the bottom of the second yesterday when Gateway scored 9 times to turn around what was an early deficit. Edwin Mateo to the plate, hitting .310, couple homers, 22 driven in. A bluff steal as the first pitch to Mateo is fouled away. Oh, and 1 the count with runners at first and third. As Salata throws to first base. The 0-1 delivery, bounded foul left side, hits Edwin Mateo in the box. The switch hitter batting left-handed against Derek Salata, who on the road this season is 1-2, but he owns a 2.81 ERA. Four to nothing Boomers, but Gateway with runners at the corners as the 0-2 to the plate is a fastball up high. Mateo resists. .310 hitter on the season for Gateway with a couple of home runs and 22 driven in. Salata readies and is 1-2 to the plate. On the ground to the right side, Christian Fedko turns to his right, throws to second for 1, and that'll be the only out the Boomers can record. As Abdiel Diaz crosses the plate, and it is 4-1 on the scoreboard with Mateo driving home his 23rd run of the year. So that's the first run Gateway has been able to score against Derek Salata this year, and this is their second time seeing the Schaumburg righty. Cole Brandon the batter. Salata's first pitch is up high, 1-0. Salata has 31 pitches with 1 away in the second. And a runner at first. Cole Brandon hitting .236, 4 homers, 18 driven in for the lefty. The 1-0. Skips towards third, charging Spillane, barehanded pick, throw to first, got him! What a play by Brent Spillane. He looks au naturel at third base, charging barehanded and firing to first, just ahead of the speedy Brandon for out number 2. And 2 down in the inning with the Boomers leading by the score of 4-1 as Jose Alvarez steps to the plate. Alvarez over 300 for Gateway at .304. 2 home runs and 17 driven in. He's the number 9 hitter in the order. That's some pretty good production from your number 9 guy. Salata looks to second and throws. First pitch, upstairs, ball one. Mateo at second with two down. 1-0. Inside. 2 balls, no strikes on Alvarez, the gateway backstop. One of the things Jamie Bennett referenced about little things that the Boomers need to get better at is ensuring that you don't allow free bases to the bottom of the order. Alvarez far from your typical number 9 hitter, as I was mentioning. Here comes the 2-0, and it's a high chopper to short. Alec Craig will back up on it, except shoulder high, pegged to first in time for the out. 5 of the 6 outs for Derek Salata have been on the ground, and we make our way to the third as Gateway gets one back. 4-1 Schaumburg. This is Schaumburg Boomers baseball. Boomers 4, Gateway 1, bottom half of inning number 3. Lineup turning over for Gateway as Gabe Holt bats for the second time against Schaumburg starter Derek Salata, who was the Friday starter at Illinois State in his senior season with the Redbirds down in Normal, Illinois. First pitch to Gabe Holt. Big swing and a miss, 0-1. Gabe Holt, a 2-time Frontier League All-Star. Played 3 seasons in the Brewers organization. 7th round pick by the Brewers out of Texas Tech. As the 0-1 pitch, bounded to the left side. Alec Craig knocks it down, but no play. That took a really strange hop on Alec Craig as Gabe Holt reaches to begin the bottom half of the third. Victor Castillo steps in. Castillo, 5th in the league in plate appearances, was hit by a pitch back in the first. And he'll take the first pitch curveball, falling in strike 1. The 0-1 pitch to Castillo is elevated. 1 ball and 1 strike for Salata, who was chosen by the A's in 2023, a 19th round pick after his 5-6 campaign at Illinois State, where he struck out 88 over 75 innings. He turns and throws to first. Boomers scoring 3 in the first, 1 in the second to lead 4-0. It's currently 4-1 as Salata again throws to first, keeping a watchful eye on Gabe Holt, who has an opportunity now potentially to time in and grab a steal attempt if he wants to. Victor Castillo played 1 year at the University of New Orleans, grad student at Liberty, as he pounds this one in the air to deep right field. Back on it is the right fielder, and no play for Banks Tolley as it gets out of here for a home run, the 3rd of the season surrendered by Derek Salata. How far was it? Oh, we've told you just how short that porch is in right field. It was 333 feet, that was all. 6th home run of the season for Victor Castillo, who homered last night as well, and all of a sudden we've got a 1-run game here in the bottom of the 3rd with nobody out. DJ Stewart steps in with the Boomers holding on to a 1-run edge at 4-3. That was a hanging curveball that Castillo did not miss. First pitch to DJ Stewart is outside, ball 1. Stewart grounded to short in his first plate appearance. The 1-0 to the plates. Outside. 2-0 to count on Stewart. He did not register a hit last night, but was aboard twice. hit by pitch and a walk, and he scored both times he reached. The 2-0. Fastball is outside. 3 balls, no strikes on Stewart. With the wind blowing out to left, Castillo homering to right. The 3-0 pitch. Stewart taking a fastball for a strike, 3-1. Gateway has scored the last 3 runs tonight. They have pulled to within 4-3. Derek Salata exhales. And the 3-1 pitch. High fly ball in the air to right. This one's back, and it's going to get out of here as well. We've got a tied ball game. How far did that one fly? 318 feet. 333 feet and 318 feet. The 2 home runs that Salata has allowed. Back-to-back blasts for the Grizzlies, and it's a 4-4 game for DJ Stewart, his 7th home run of the season. And when we talk about Arsenal BG Ballpark, you have seen it from the last 2 hitters. In a lot of cases, all you have to do is get one into the air, moderately hit to right, and it'll carry out, even with the wind blowing across from right to left. Satchel Norman out to the mound to try and settle down Salata, as Gateway has now scored 4 unanswered. It's a 4-4 game. Schaumburg led 4-0 yesterday. Gateway came back to win 13-10. Schaumburg led 4-0 tonight, and it's a 4-4 game as Mark Schallenberger taps the first pitch foul to the right side. Gateway with 9 comeback victories this year. They've rallied from 4 runs or more on 8 occasions to win a ball game. Hopefully tonight is not the 9th, as the 0-1 outside. Mark Schallenberger, the designated hitter, struck out swinging in the first against Salata. He rips and misses 1 and 2. First team All-Missouri Valley Conference, second team All-American last year. Schallenberger at the University of Evansville. They were last year's darling Cinderella story. 1-2 to the plate. Curveball tapped foul. Is this year's great story Murray State, or is it Coastal Carolina? Now here's what I'll tell you. Coastal Carolina has always been a really strong program. They've already got a World Series title. Murray State came out of nowhere. 1-2 to Schallenberger up the right side, foul. Well, I would say Murray State, but you can root for Coastal Carolina all you want. They're all the way into the championship series with their victory over Louisville today. We were watching part of that game in the hotel. Scored 6 runs in the first. Goodness. A 1-2 to Schallenberger downstairs, even in the count. 375 with 17 home runs at Evansville last year. 72 runs, 91 hits. As the 2-2 pitch is bounded to first, Kyle Fitzgerald has it, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the first out of the inning. Ground ball out, number 6 in the contest for Derek Salata. Can't complain about that, keeping the ball down. Unfortunately, he's had a couple of hangers that have been just lifted out of the ballpark with what they call the Grizz bombs. The home runs to right field that aren't home runs anywhere else. Aviel Diaz to the plate. First pitch coming, and he'll hit one high in the air to right field. This time it's playable. Tolly and Soika converge. It'll be the center fielder Soika who settles underneath to squeeze out number 1, and that's officially the first time that Diaz has been retired in his first 2 games back with Gateway. "4-4 score, bottom of the 3rd. Schaumburg led 4-0. Gateway has come from behind here at home, a place where no lead is safe. Dale Thomas to the plate, the first delivery to him, down low, ball 1. Thomas at 281, 5 home runs, 29 RBIs. A walk in the second as he awaits the 1-0. And fouls it away to the right side, even in the count to the ball and a strike. 0 for 2 yesterday for Thomas, but he walked twice. Salata, lanky right-hander, upright on the hill. That is 1-1. On the ground, up the middle, Alec Craig to his left. The shortstop has it, takes his time, sends it over to Kyle Fitzgerald to retire the side. And we will go to the fourth in a whole new ball game as a couple of home runs from Gateway, a couple of pop-ups that left the yard have tied the score. It's 4-4 as we head to the fourth. This is Schaumburg Boomers baseball. Bottom of the fourth, Boomers with a 5-4 lead thanks to the first pro home run from Michael Gould. Edwin Mateo tapping the first pitch foul, 0-1. The 0-1 to the plate is a little bit low. Mateo bounced into a fielder's choice to drive home Gateway's first run back in the second. And he lines one into right field, a base hit that's going to fall in front of Banks Tolley. Leadoff man aboard for the third consecutive inning against Derek Salata. Brandon the batter. Brandon was robbed on a great play by Brent Spillane. First pitch, Brandon bunts it foul off of Satchel Norman. Boomers with a 5-4 advantage. Lane in at third, guarding against the potential bunt. Tying run at first with nobody out. Salata out of the stretch, turns and throws to first. Chasing Mateo back to the bag. Edwin Mateo, 2 out of 6 in the stolen base department. But this is a Gateway team that likes to move. That's when they're at their best. Comes the 0-1. Brandon bunts foul again. 0-2. So now he'll have to do it the way that'll hurt his batting average if he wants to move the runner. Fitzgerald holds on Mateo at first. The pitch to the plate, upstairs. The lane backing up defensively at third base now. The 1-2 pitch to Brandon, low. Derek Salata with 7 ground ball outs amongst the 9 he has recorded so far. 1 walk, 1 hit batter, 1 strikeout as the 2-2 pitch flipped foul into the screen over towards the Schaumburg dugout. Jamie Bennett will take a couple of paces up the steps and send it across to the Gateway Batgirl. Every time I say that, I crack myself up thinking about a commercial. We'll tell you about that in just a sec. Salata ready. 2-2 to Cole Brandon. Into the air, left side, foul ground. Spillane is over. Does he have room? No. Have you seen the commercial? It's for an insurance company where They're talking about why settle for Bateman when you can have Batman. It's Jason Bateman. Crack me up. Jose Alvarez waiting on deck. Schaumburg 5, Gateway 4. Bottom of the 4th. The 2-2 pitch from Salata. Curveball chopped to the right side. Charging Fedko, gloving, throwing. Close play, but it's in time for the out by about a half step. As I mentioned, Cole Brannon moving the runner into scoring position, but hurting his batting average in the process. Jose Alvarez, the batter, with the tying run at second. Salata looking to second base, and now the first pitch to Alvarez, fouled back, 0-1. We were working our way through scores from around the Frontier League yesterday. Evansville swung past Washington 12-3. That was a Midwest Conference matchup in the Central Division. Boomers are in the West Division along with Gateway. A lot of divisional action happening this week as the 0-1 is fouled back, 0-2. 4-run second inning allowed Tri-City to record a victory over the Down East Bird Dogs in North Carolina. First of a 6-game set there. Final score was Tri-City 10 and Down East 3. Salata looking back to second base and is 0-2 to the plate upstairs. Ottawa slipping to 11 games under 500 as they drop the opener of their 3-game set to Sussex County, 7-6 in extras. Sussex County is 24-10. They lead the East Division in the Atlantic Conference for 1-2. Down low, good pickup by Satchel Norman to the backhand side. Rockton 6-3 win at home over Trois-Rivières. The 2-2 pitch. In the air to left, right at Michael Gould, who steps over to his left and secures out number 2. So there are 2 outs in the inning. The tying run remains at second. One other score to let you know about yesterday. It was a big one if you were a fan of seeing the 3-time defending Frontier League champs take a loss. Quebec has been red hot to start the season, but it was the New York Boulders who dispatched of the Capitals yesterday. 8-7 in extras. Gabe Holt to the plate, attacks the first pitch, and he's behind it, fouling it into the Schaumburg dugout, 0-1. New York led that game 5-0. Quebec came all the way back to take a 7-5 lead, only to watch as New York scored twice in the 8th to send that game to extras. A wild one between those 2 Atlantic Conference foes. And a pitch clock violation charge to Derek Salata will even the count and a ball and a strike. Ball, 1 strike. 2 outs in the frame, tying run at second. Boomers with a 5-4 edge as the 1-1 pitch paints the outside corner. Love this tweet that I just saw from an account called Old Time Hardball. It says, Game 7 of the World Series, bottom of the 9th, 2 outs. Your team's up by 1. Ricky Henderson on second. Tony Gwynn at the plate, lining a single into right. You have the pick of any right fielder of any era to try and throw out Ricky Henderson at home. Who makes the throw? Salata spins and looks Mateo back to second base. It's a great question. See what kind of responses this has gotten. Again, this is from the Old Time Hardball Twitter handle. Roberto Clemente, Dwight Evans, a couple of names that have popped up. As the 1-2 pitch, tapped up the middle. Alec Craig has it behind second base. He'll throw to first. It's safe. And all the way scoring from second on the play is Mateo. Wow, he never gave up running. Gabe Holt sprinting up the first baseline records his second infield hit, and tip of the cap to Mateo, who did not stop with 2 outs, ran all the way from second in to score, and Alec Craig squatting to the left of second base in frustration. So it's a 5-5 game. Victor Castillo to the plate. Go-ahead run on at first as the first pitch is fouled back. 0-1. Castillo with a 2-run homer in the third that traveled all of 333 feet. Also been hit by a pitch. Salata with the 0-1. Pops out of the glove of Norman, and breaking for second is Holt. The throw there is in time. All rolled to the left of Satchel Norman, but he picked it up quickly and fired to Alec Craig for the out at second base, and the side retired, but not before Gateway ties the ball game on the infield hit from Gabe Holt. To the fifth we go, tied at 5. This is Schaumburg Boomers Baseball on the Frontier League Network, powered by Home Team. It is darkening fast. That would be an understatement. 5-5 our score to the bottom half of the fifth. It is clear in front of us, but as I open the door just to check behind, you can't even see the St. Louis Arch. And there are some nasty, nasty clouds with rain supposed to. 5-5 game. Victor Castillo leading off against Eric Salata, who starts him off with a curveball for strike 1. Castillo's been hit by a pitch. He's also connected on a 2-run homer. It's his second home run of the series, the 0-1. On the ground, right side, Christian Fedko to his left will gobble it up and throw to first for the outs. Leadoff man retired here in the last of the fifth. So we worked our way around everything happening in the Frontier League. And just really quickly recap those scores for you once again. Sussex County pounding Ottawa 16-1. Washington and Evansville in a higher slugfest than we had last night, as it's 11-10 after 3. A couple of rainouts as DJ Stewart attacks the first pitch. A liner into left. Diving attempt by Michael Gould. That's going to get past him and roll towards the wall. Stewart into second base and stopping there. DJ Stewart with his 7th double. Tri-City over down east 11-1. Trois-Rivières with an 11-1 lead over Brockton. Quebec and New York tied at 4 but delayed due to rain. Mississippi and Windy City washed out. Florence and Joliet washed out as well, and weather approaching us here. The go-ahead run is at second base for Gateway, which could prove to loom large given that Mother Nature has some ideas about stuff occurring here shortly. Double-barreled action in the bullpen for Gateway. Mark Schallenberger takes the first pitch over the outside corner, strike 1. Schallenberger is hitless in his 2 visits. It is getting darker around us as well. The 0-1 is upstairs, evening the count. One the count. The pitch coming from Salata, swing and a miss, 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 to Schallenberger, and it just misses. Fastball from Salata was off the plate to the left-handed hitter. 1 out in the inning. Go-ahead run at second in a 5-5 contest tonight, a back-and-forth affair. As Salata looks back to second. Boomers with 3 infielders on the right side against Schallenberger, who swings and misses, strike 3. Strikeout number 2 for Derek Salata. Both strikeouts have been of Schallenberger. 2 outs in the inning. Stewart still at second base, and Abdiel Diaz to the plate. He's 1 out of 2 with a double, a stolen base, and a run. Salata deals. First pitch. Upper portion of the zone with a heater, strike 1. Abdiel Diaz doubled and scored in the second. In his second contest, oh goodness, the wind is really starting to pick up now. It's been blowing out to left pretty hard anyhow, but it's gained about 10 to 15 mph, and it's kind of gusting a little bit between left and out to center now as Diaz swings and misses 0-2. It is really picking up. A lot of fans are starting to make their way to their vehicles, sensing the impending weather. Here's the 0-2 to the plate. A little low. Salata trying to change up to Abdiel Diaz. I don't know if you've been around Chicago at all. You see a lot of those like white fuzzy things flying around in the sky. They're starting to work their way around here at Arsenal BG Ballpark as well. Wind howling at least twice as strong as it was already when it was blowing out strong. Here's the 1-2 to Diaz. Strike 3 call. Fastball dotting the outer edge. Diaz down looking. 2 strikeouts in the frame for Salata. And to the 6th we move with this ball game all even at 5 apiece. This is Schaumburg Boomers Baseball.